Welcome to clickmyproject.com. Now we're going to see about discovery and the resolution of anomalies in web access control policies. In this, we're going to implement the emerging computing technology such as web service or service-oriented architecture and cloud computing, which is to enable the business service for more efficient and effectively. So still suffer from the unintended security leakage by unauthorized action in business service while providing more convenient service to internet user such as the cutting edge technological growth. So in this we're going to use a conflict about the technologies. So we represent the inverse of the policy anomaly. So in this policy anomaly means use of a resource subject. Likewise we can create an XMAC policy. So XMAC in the sense external access control markup language. It's like an XML file. So we introduce the policy based segmentation techniques to derive the effective anomaly resolution. So from this we are going to remove the anomalies identification by the use of XML resource. Let's see the flow of the process. First we give this data sets in the form of XML or XML. So it's given as a web service input. So it will load the data set and it will be segmented into two sets. So in the segmentation we're going to use the policy extraction and the conflict. In the policy extraction, in the input it has various types of policies like P1, P2. So in that policy we can divide the conflict by the use of rules, set of rules. So in that rule it will be types of conflict like subject, resource, action. So by this combination of we will then use of effect contrast generation. So in this generation, so we remove all the conflict by use of tags. So this will be a disjoint conflict. So in a disjoint conflict it will be calculate the intersection between the two rules. So from the rule 1 and the rule 2, so it will be separate the subject, resource, action. So it gives the separate words. So from that words it will be intersect and give a disjoint conflict. So then after disjoint conflict we have to strategy mapping. So in the strategy mapping we have to correlation between the rule 1 and the rule 2. So rule 1 in rule 1 it will be a deny process or a permit process. So it can relation between the both deny and the permit. So if any one of the permit it will be accessed as a designer developer. So for example as a designer developer it will be a create and it matched between them. So the after correlation generate it will be a property assignment. So in property assignment it will be divided into two conflicts, multi-value conflicts and single value conflicts. So multi-value conflicts in the sense it will be a repeated words from that conflict, and single value conflict is taken from the intersection between the two policies. After that it will be a irremovable policy. So from both value conflict it will take a irremovable policy. So irremovable policy means it will be repeated as a single value conflict. So it's a final output, and this is the flow of the process. Let's see the execution of the process. First right click the home.java and give run file. This is the welcome screen for the discovery and the restoration of anomalies in web access control policies. So click next. So this is the input file form. So click the upload file and give the input file for the XML format. So now the file is loaded. This is the input for the web access control policies. So these are the policy sets. So in the policy sets we have the two policies as P1 and policy P2. Here is the second policy. So in first policy we have three set of rules, so R1, R2, R3. In policy 2 it have two rules, R4 and R5. So from this we have to extract and separate the policies and the conflicts which have been used. So first is the subject. So in the subject we have removed the conflict segments. So these are the conflict segments for the subjects of both policy P1 and P2. So from this we have removed the conflict sets as a designer, tester and the designer. So these are the conflict sets. So designer, tester and designer and rule 2 and developer. So these are the conflict I have separated. So same like as the in the resource sets. So these are the resource segments of the both policy P1 and P2, and these are the conflicts for a resource set. Then for action set, so same like subject and resource. Here we separate the action segments. So these are the conflict for the action segments. So now we have from this we going to do the policy rules. So this is the policy rules of first policy for the subject resource action. So from that we have extract the recipe 1 and P2. So from this we have generate the rule extraction. So these are the rules. So from the first policy we have separate the subject and resources and conflict. So from this we have used the disjoint conflict as the unauthorized space. So in this subject designer is repeated as 3 times, and in the resource code is repeated as 3 times. So this is the disjoint conflict. So disjoint conflict in the sense it match the 3 policies and separate the conflict as a intersection. So like policy 2. So this is the policy segments for the policy 2. So from this we have extract the rule extraction. So these are the conflict of policy 2. So from the subject we have the manager and reports. So we find out the disjoint conflict. So from the policy P1 and policy P2 is come out the output. So we have give the context generation. So in the context generation it will be a mapping as a strategy. So this is the mapping. So this is the policy P1 set and policy P2 set. So from this we have correlation between the two conflicts. So click correlation. So this is the intersection between the policy P1 and the P2. So this is the correlation conflicts as developer designer report. So from this it will be match the sets and give the results. So then from this we have find out the irremovable words. So this is the irremovable form. So first it is the first applicable. So click is the applicable is not. So it is a word count. So it is not equal. So this is also not equal. So these words are all not equal. So then is the permit override. So permit override in the sense it calculates from the first policy. So these words are all equal. So deny override. So deny override is calculated from second policies. So this is the strategy mapping. So from this we have to reduce the elimination of the repeated words. So first we have the strong words. So strong words in this sense is repeated of developer is repeated as 2 designers. So this is no overlapping between them. So next irremovable words. So these are the irremovable words. So we have separated as a designer tester coder. So words have removed from the policy sets is the tester reader manager. So these are the removed words, and this is the performance analysis for the discovery of resolution. So here is the elimination rate, and this is the rules. So in the elimination rate we have the decision designer tester codes. So these are all as the strong words. So from this we have find out the performance analysis for the web access control policy. So like this we have separate the policies in the different form. Thank you.